what we thought God was calling us to do. We had our son, Jack. 4 years later, we adopted our son, Max, from Guatemala. That was an amazing journey to just watch God work in that process. Initially, we were probably guilted into our first sponsorship. Shown the video, someone spoke, our hearts were sad, and we said, oh, we probably should do this. Shortly after that, God worked on our hearts about what it means to be people who love God and love His people. It, for us, shifted from being a place of doing it out of guilt or obligation to being a thing that we do out of love and generosity because we're loved by a generous God. Sponsorship gives our family this touchstone of what it means to be people who are compassionate and loving and gracious and humble and people who are servants. And it gives us this opportunity, this vehicle to talk openly about that with our kids. In so many ways for us, sponsorship is the living, breathing work of the gospel. And it just happens in our house to be represented by 7 different faces. There's this part of me that is always thinking about what it must be like to be a mom in those places, whether it's South America or Africa or India, wherever it is. And yet, I think at the core, we all want the exact same thing for our kids. We look at the reality of what would have and could have been our son's life had adoption not happened. Had he continued to live in his community, gosh, I pray with everything that World Vision would have been there. And that another mom would have chosen to sponsor him that could have been my kid. And so we say yes, because we know another mom is waiting. She's praying for resources. She's praying for options, and she's praying for what she cannot give her kids. And we are humbled to be an answer to prayer. If I had to title my story, it would be From Guilted to Grateful. From that place of feeling like I had to so grateful for the opportunity to. My name is Megan. This is my story of faithfulness. Make a child part of your story.